Hi, I'm Michael Senoff, founder and CEO of HardToFindSeminars.com. For the last 5 years, I've interviewed the world's best business and marketing minds. Now my challenge is to build the world's largest free resource for online, downloadable audio business interviews. I've learned a lot in the last 5 years, and today I'm going to show you the skills you need to survive. Hi, this is Michael Senoff with Michael Senoff's HardToFindSeminars.com. I've got another exciting interview for you, and it's related to the trade industry, or the barter industry. I've been involved with barter for over 10 years now, and I'm going to introduce to you an expert in how to use barter to help your business make more money, save more money, get more customers, and get more referrals. Art was a gentleman who signed me up into my very first barter organization almost 11 years ago. I was living down in Pacific Beach in a one-bedroom apartment. I learned about trade. Art came over and got me involved, and boy, am I glad he did. I reconnected with him almost 11 years later, and so what you're going to hear in the next 80 minutes is information about the trade industry. Art has been instrumental in getting over 3,000 businesses in the Southern California area involved in trade, and he knows what he's talking about. You're going to learn in this recording 4 reasons why you and every company should consider barter. You're going to learn if you have anything of value to trade. You're going to learn how to figure your bartering cost and how much money you can make transacting trade. You're going to learn about tens of thousands of items available for you on trade that you can spend your trade dollars on. You're going to learn the ins and outs of direct trading. We're going to talk about a few options for indirect trading. We're going to cover tax consequences, and we're going to talk about how to use trade dollars to market and advertise your business through barter. We'll also talk about a little-known thing called script and how to use script within your business to get lots of new customers. We've got a lot to cover. This is the kind of interview you want to listen to 3 or 4 times, and I hope you enjoy. Let's get going. I've got a website where I do interviews with experts on all kinds of subjects, and I try and do interviews on things that I'm interested in that I know are valuable to my website visitors. So I figured, look, you've been out there selling barter services, and you've been doing it pretty successfully, I would assume, or you still wouldn't be in it.
Yeah.
And you know what the benefits and the features are that turn businesses on.
Right.
In my opinion, it's a hard concept to get your head wrapped around, especially for someone who's never heard of it, and I'm sure you've got a simplistic way of explaining it, and I thought it would be good for my people to learn more about it. So, Art, tell me, who are you, and how did you get involved in all this trade? How did it all start? You've certainly been involved in the trade industry quite some time. Tell me about yourself.
In 1977, my wife and I moved down here from Los Angeles, and I was looking for employment, so I went to work for a heavy equipment operator for 14 years, and after 14 years, I got laid off, so I decided that I wasn't going to get laid off anymore, so I went into the sales business, and sales was always in my blood anyway, and I got into a printing company, and after a year, he would take us out on hot air balloon rides and all these great dinners, and I always asked him, well, how are you doing this? And he told me that he was with a company called BXI, and I go, well, that's neat. What's it about? He says, it's barter, and I didn't even heard of the word barter, let alone know how to spell it, and then I wasn't too interested after that, and then he said, well, you know, you ought to get into this. You ought to start getting into the barter system. So I just looked at it a while longer, and then I had a networking group called Friends in Business, and I started accepting barter dollars as a way to capture more clients.
Now, this was your network group that you started?
My networking group, which the printing company helped me start. And it helped bring in new clients I'd never get. And so it made it look that much bigger. And then I started getting into more and more. Well, I can get my printing on trade, I get my catering done on trade, I can get my movie tickets for promotions on trade, and I started getting into it more and more. And that's how I got into it. And then it just became a boon. It was just about that time, a couple of years after I got into it, that the printer sold the business, and I was looking for more work. So I started working for BXI in 1994, and I've been with BXI iTex ever since.
What was your job with them?
Membership director.
And what does that mean?
That means it's my job to sign up what the members want. And what the members want could be any type client. It could be the massage therapist, it could be the restaurant, and it could be the auto mechanic. It could be anything. But in a barter system, you have to sign up what the members want. You can't just take a guess and think what they want. Because I did that in the beginning. I would sign up a restaurant, and I'd think, oh, I did the greatest thing for sliced bread, and nobody would go to it. Well, it was either too far away, or nobody liked that kind of food, or or the hours weren't right, or nobody liked the owner. It could be all kinds of things. So you have to make sure that at least one member wants that kind of food. You have to kind of have a sense about it. You have to know that pizza, everybody likes pizza, but not everybody's going to eat Hungarian food. So you have to kind of go into the mainstream sometimes and go after things that normally people will use. But I have signed up some wild stuff, and the wild stuff has worked, but I wouldn't normally go after a lot of things that you'd never even hear of in the main business community.
Right. So you're getting your wish list from your members, and you're working off that.
Exactly. The wish list is what you have to go after. And when you get the wish list, you get it from 10 different people, and usually 7 of them are the same thing. Everybody wants a roofer. Everybody wants an electrician. They want dry cleaners. They want restaurants near their house. But you break it down. You call these individuals and ask them, okay, which restaurant do you want near your house? Because I've done that before. I've signed up restaurants near somebody's house. Oh, we don't like that restaurant. It doesn't really do me any good to sign them up. So I'll at least need one referral from somebody they want to eat at. If it's a Hungarian goulash restaurant, then I have to figure out, well, if I'm signing up just for this one member, and he's the only one going to eat there, and he only spends $800 a year, it's not really a good, viable thing for the exchange because we put a lot of work into promoting just one member to eat at one restaurant. We have to have people that have to have the same like. I'll call other people and say, hey, would you eat this restaurant? And if I get a good positive response, and then I'll go and try to sign up that restaurant. But I'm not going to sign up just one restaurant for one guy. It has to be something that people would eat at normally all the time, or at least once or twice or 3 times a year.
Over the years, have you signed up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of businesses?
I have signed up, I would say, probably 3,000 businesses in my tenure with the iTex BXI system.
Wow.
Actually, I started with TCE, which is a small barter exchange, in 1992, and then I moved to BXI, and then iTex bought BXI out last year.
When someone calls you and said, hey, Art, I heard about this barter thing. I'm a new business here in San Diego. What is this all about? What's your simple definition that you give them maybe over the phone before you come out and visit them for a more detailed look?
Well, the definition of organized barter is a currency between business owners. Business owners trade with each other to save each other money, and the reason why they use a barter system is they don't have to use a one-on-one trade with each other, so therefore it becomes a currency between business owners. It looks exactly like a regular checking account. It spends like a regular checking account. You get a statement just like you would on the mailed statements from the bank. You get mailed statements or emailed statements from the barter organization, which is iTex, the one I represent. iTex means International Trade Exchange, and iTex is a leader in organized barter. iTex started in 1982, but in theory it started in 1960 because BXI started the organized retail barter system in 1960. From 1960 to 1981, it was one of the few, if not the only, barter system of any major substance in existence. In 1982, the TEFRA Act became law, making all barter systems legal currency. It's on your tax forms, and that's when the barter industry took off. And you can look it up online at barternews.com.
Okay, well, you say trade. Let's say I'm a bookstore. I just opened up in downtown San Diego. I've got employees. I'm a bookstore. You say trade. What do you mean by trade? I don't understand.
Well, when we say trade, it's just another form of currency, meaning that you use a checkbook. When you use a checkbook, instead of me paying you with hard U.S. dollars, I'm paying you with a currency that's between business owners, meaning that whatever excess inventory they have becomes an excess inventory in a hard currency that you can turn around and spend with other business owners.
Hi, it's Michael Senoff with HardToFindSeminars.com. Thanks for watching this video. You know, many of my interviews last 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, sometimes even up to 2.5 hours long. They're actual mini seminars, and you've just listened to a short sample of just one of over 117 hours of exciting, hard-hitting, mind-blowing interviews on how to make money in direct mail, advertising, copywriting. I assure you, there is not a resource anywhere on the internet or on the planet that comes close to the free information I provide at HardToFindSeminars.com. So go right now to HardToFindSeminars.com, and you'll have free access to 117 hours of audio interviews with typed word-for-word downloadable transcripts and downloadable MP3 files. Please browse some more of the videos or go right directly to HardToFindSeminars.com. Thanks for watching.